was fielded just in a 2 since, and now it's hand in hand. A lot of interest. Some wearing the regalia of their favorite teams.
Unarmed leg spin, Hayden Walsh Jr. from the Virgin Islands. Wow. Sams with the catch. Hayden Walsh Jr. strikes straight away.
Replaces Daniel Sams in the bowling attack. His second delivery picks up a wicket. And it's Dhaliwal. It's a nothing shot. It comes right to the bottom of the bat and it finds the only man in that vicinity. Daniel Sams, and Walsh is jumping for joy. He's not jumping for joy. He's out. Gone for 5 and it's 11 for 2.
More to come.
Indeed for the Edmonton Royals as James Neesham comes to the crease. His strike rate outstanding in just 4 matches. But he'll need a big score today. Hayden Walsh Jr.
Yeah, it's just that issue that the Royals have had with their batting. They haven't had any sort of consistency. The only thing they've had consistently is losing wickets and clumps and never being able to build an innings at all. So with the bat in hand, it hasn't been a positive outlook. It hasn't been a positive return. They've already lost 2 wickets inside of the power play. This was the second wicket to go. Dhaliwal trying to play an expansive shot and only finding Sams at mid-on.
Yeah, I mean, should have been going extra cover or even long off if he's looking to hit that. It's just a pretty ordinary swipe across the line. It's a young man, Hayden Walsh Jr., that Chris Gale will know well. 2018, he was drafted the Caribbean Premier League. St Kitts and Nevis, who Chris Gale captained in that edition of the Caribbean Premier League. He was drafted in when the Pakistan players had to go back for international duty.
Rassie van der Dussen was also part of that 11, so seems to be keeping a consistent squad.
Yes, Ali. Proving good at the moment, isn't it? 4 overs gone, 12 for 2.
Batting the Edmonton Royals, James Neesham and Mohamed Hafiz. Right here.
The Royals at the moment. Dhaliwal for 5, Everton for 1. Hafiz just arrived, captain today. Neesham just arrived, not out on 1 as well. Into the attack. to settle at all, Dino. It's part of the game, isn't it? Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good afternoon as well.
Even that. I tell you what I feel, though. It's been a brilliant start by the Knights. And I just feel if Edmonton don't do something in the next 3 overs, this game's gone. They need Neesham and Hafiz to really show their wares here.
Yep. Nicely played. Not a big swing of the bat, but terrific timing for 6.
Two things I loved about this, Hazy. Number one, game awareness. And number two, the simplicity of the way he's gone about this. Just watch. It's just a follow through for defensive.
Yep.
He's only followed through to about 9 o'clock here.
And I'll do it again, he says. Let's have another go. That's 6 more. 2 beautiful shots from James Neesham.
Well, he's wise enough to actually. We can't be being 24 for 2 even after 4.4. If you again, one more time, Hazy. It's good for. They've got a man out there now. But if he tosses it up, take someone down. They have to do that after the poor start they've had.
Poor start they've had and poor tournament so far, Dino. It's been far from ideal as far as they're concerned, the Royals.
Yeah. A couple of close games they probably could have won, should have, could have, but didn't.
12 off that over. 5 gone, 24 for 2.
Of T20 Canada, and Gurmeet Singh, Sona Singh next to him here. Come to the moment. You know, we've seen magicians who pulled rabbits out of hats. We've seen you as a magician who's pulled a cricket ground out of a cornfield. I mean, first tell us, Gurmeet ji, where did this dream start for you?
No, cricket is like, you know, it's in my blood. I started cricket when I was very young, at like 14 years old. So उस टाइम पे तो बहुत मुश्किल से स्टार्ट किया था क्रिकेट एंड तभी से लेके 14 साल की उम्र से लेके मतलब क्रिकेट इज़ लाइक माय पैशन. इट्स लाइक यू कैन से आई लिव क्रिकेट. आई मतलब सब कुछ क्रिकेट ही है मेरे लिए.
लेकिन कैसे आप जो ये क्रिकेट ग्राउंड है जो यहाँ पे कॉर्नफील्ड था, ये आपने कैसे कन्वर्ट किया? जैसे मैं कहा मजिशियन, ओनली अ मजिशियन कुड डू दैट. ये बताइए हमें बहुत बड़ा ऑडियंस है इंडिया में, वो सब जाने जा रहे हैं.
या ये वापस से वहीं पे आता है कि जहाँ पे आपका यू नो जहाँ पे चाह है, जहाँ पे पैशन होता है, वहाँ पे सारी चीज़ें इन प्लेस हो जाती हैं. और इसको बनाने के लिए बहुत बड़ी टीम है हमारे साथ जिन्होंने पूरी मेहनत की. ये नहीं कि खाली लोग जो यहाँ पे लगे हुए थे, वो नहीं कि बैक होम पे भी जिन्होंने हमारे लिए वो वहाँ पे, इसलिए हम लोग यहाँ पे इजीली काम करवा रहे हैं. सो ये आप 4-5 हफ्ता मतलब अगर 1.5-2 महीना पहले देखते तो राइट ये कॉर्नफील्ड ही था. और इनफैक्ट खाली कॉर्नफील्ड नहीं, ये विकेट जो होती है वो नॉर्थ साउथ नहीं थी, ईस्ट वेस्ट थी. तो पूरा उखाड़ के इसको वापस से यू नो इन प्लेस करना, इट्स अ ग्रेट थिंग. ये सारा चीज़ मैं वापस यू नो इन प्लेस करना, इट्स अ ग्रेट थिंग. ये सारा चीज़ मैं बोलता हूँ कि आज जो आप देख रहे हैं ये कुछ और ही था यहाँ पे. आज जो आप मैजिशियन वर्क है ये सारा.
लेकिन टीम वर्क तो है, बट कप्तान जो है टीम का, जो गुरमीत जी है, दैट्स व्हाट मैटर्स. बट जो प्लेयर्स आप लाए हैं, सुपरस्टार्स क्रिस गेल, आंद्रे रसल, लेकिन इंडियन ऑडियंसेस के लिए युवराज सिंह आना ये बहुत ही बड़ा coup था आपके लिए.
इट्स लाइक ब्लेसिंग टू अस. आज हमारे को इस मामले में सीरियसली कोई तकलीफ नहीं हुआ अभी तक. हमने जिस टाइम में T20 अनाउंस हुआ था, सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज था ये कि हमारे पास प्लेयर्स कौन खेलेंगे. सो बट इस मामले में आप बोलो कि लकी रहे हैं. किसी भी प्लेयर ने जिसको भी हमने अप्रोच अप्रोच किया, दे वर रेडी टू प्ले इन। बेसिकली मुझे लगता है कि कनाडा इट्स लाइक सब लोग आना चाहते हैं। कनाडा एक फ्रीली उनके लिए कंट्री है, मतलब वहाँ पे घूमना उनके लिए कोई तकलीफ नहीं है, वो जो चाहे एंजॉय कर रहे हैं। और मेरे ख्याल से इसके अलावा भी बहुत सारे ऐसे प्लेयर जो लास्ट ईयर खेले थे, स्मिथ, वार्नर, उनके भी मैसेजेस हैं कि वो भी आना चाहते थे, बट दे आर स्टक इन एशेस, सो वो भी आना चाहते थे। एंड केन विलियमसन वो भी किसी वजह से रुक गए, सो दे वर ऑल रेडी एंड आई होप नेक्स्ट ईयर इज गोइंग टू बी बिगर देन दिस।
Yes, Kane Williamson's teammate Jimmy Neesham just picking up a boundary there and building this innings. Let me come to the other part of the partnership, Sonaji. He's very modest, very soft-spoken, but tell us about all the stress levels and the long hours getting this on the road.
Well, I would say hats off to Gurmeet to take this so long and so far, because जो इंसान सारी रात नहीं सोता, सिर्फ यही सोचता है कि मैं इस चीज़ को और दिन ब दिन बेहतर कैसे करूं, ये एक पैशन जो इनका है, it is really like madness. और I'm very proud कि Gurmeet has reached to this level, bringing the entire cricket to Canada and making it a very, very, very big success. And I'm sure in coming future it's going to be a very great success.
Yeah, at 30 for 2, we told Gurmeet ji, she's actually led me on to the next question. We are seeing after season 1 to season 2, it's already grown. It's looking like it's going to get even bigger, especially if some of the other big names come.
Yeah, it's not only, there are so many players which we are going to bring in next year, and it's not only कि खाली ये लीग करके हम लोग यहाँ से वापस घर पे जाएंगे या ये बिजनेस है। मेरे लिए बिजनेस नहीं, हमने ये क्रिकेट को डेवलप करने का एक एक पैशन है, जिसको बोलते हैं एक वो लिया, प्रण लिया है कि हम इसको बिल्ड करेंगे। इसकी वजह से हमने दिलीप वेंगसरकर, वसीम अकरम, डीन जोन्स, ये सारे लोगों को अपॉइंट किया। अपॉइंट इन द सेंस दे आर इनटू एडवाइजरी बोर्ड एंड दे आर बिल्डिंग इट इन कनाडा। हम चाहते हैं कि कनाडा, जिस दिन कैनेडियन प्लेयर्स यहाँ पे आके इसको खेलेंगे और वो बड़ा होंगे, तभी जाके ये क्रिकेट यहाँ पे बड़ा होगा, और जब भी क्रिकेट बड़ा होगा तो सारी दुनिया इसकी तरफ आएगी।
But you must be very pleased with the performance of the Canadian players who are playing with the best in the world and sometimes outperforming them.
Yeah, that's was the case, क्योंकि कनाडा में बहुत अच्छा टैलेंट है, खाली इनको अभी तक जिसको बोलते हैं ना मौका नहीं मिला होता है। जैसे बंदे हैं जिनको मौका नहीं मिला होता है, जब भी मौका मिलता है तो वो शूट करते हैं। उसी तरीके से जितने भी मैचेस आप देखोगे, कैनेडियन प्लेयर डेफिनेटली हर मैच में कहीं ना कहीं वो है जो परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं। सो मैं यही कह रहा हूँ कि फ्यूचर में आके कैनेडियन प्लेयर्स जब भी ग्रो करेंगे, तभी ये क्रिकेट यहाँ पे ग्रो होगा, और वही हम इसको करा रहे हैं।
I know you're supposed to be neutral here, but at this stage in the tournament, आपको क्या लग रहा है कौन टीम इस बार सीजन 2 जीतेगा?
ये बड़ा क्वेश्चन है हमारे लिए, हमारे 6 के 6 बच्चे जैसे हैं, बट ये टीमें सारी कम्पिटिटिव हैं। आज एडमिंटन जो आप देख रहे हैं, पहले तीनों मैच जो अभी तक नहीं जीत पाए हैं, वो दिस अ ग्रेट टीम। अगर ऑन पेपर देखेंगे दिस अ बिगेस्ट टीम, बट यस जो वैंकूवर है, मुझे लगता है कि अभी तक उनका पल्ला भारी है। एंड आई थिंक ब्रैम्पटन जो एक पिछले साल नहीं थी, इस साल एंट्री हुई है ब्रैम्पटन की, सो ब्रैम्पटन एंड वैंकूवर आर माय फेवरेट।
एक आखिरी सवाल है, लेट सोना जी हैव द लास्ट वर्ड। टेल अस समथिंग अबाउट हिम दैट द वर्ल्ड doesn't know, because he's always so dignified, so well spoken. You've got to have a little secret you can let out for us.
Gurmeet is a very, very, very pure man, in and out. He's never ever hurt nobody in his life, never cheated nobody in his life, never misused, or I don't think ऐसे लोग अभी बनते हैं। और गुरमीत के की खाली बहुत ही बुरी बात है, उनको ना नहीं बोलना आता। अगर वो ना बोल सकते होते तो शायद इनकी ज़िंदगी थोड़ी और बेहतर होती, बट अदरवाइज इज़ एन अमेजिंग ह्यूमन बीइंग एंड ऑनेस्ट मैन। 100% लाइफ जिसको बोलते हैं कि किसी को देनी है।
Well, we'll have to stop because there's a wicket, but just at the right time.
Shad Malik has struck. He's picked up an important wicket here. Thank you very much, GB, and also Gurmeet Singh, his wife Sona. But this is an important wicket right now. 31 for 3 it is. Mohammad Hafiz is someone who has done this from time to time. Dino?
He is, and that will be given okay. I dare say there's something behind the line there. That's what the third umpire will be looking. But, gee, he's trying to give himself a bit more time. He's had 12 balls for his 6, and he knows he's made the big mistake, gone hard at the wrong ball. An easy catch there. So they're right on top the Knights. And the dangerous Mohammad Hafiz goes. The Royals, 31 for 3. Here we go, lads. Great start. Great start.
trouble for the Royals now. 31 for 3. One more left in the 7th over. Easing onto the leg side.
Yes, Dan.
That completes over number 7. Success for 1. That run rate is under 4.5. 32 for 3. Cutting have got to do a job here. They did in the first game the Royals played, by the way. Just want to say thanks to Gurmeet Singh and also his wife Sona for the interview. So nice to hear from them. Thanks for them for bringing us this tournament to Canada. That's nice and fine. Also, of course, Ashit Patel, the two main owners who have brought this tournament alive here in this part of the world. It's just a wonderful event. They've put a lot of time and effort behind this, and I'm sure every hour watching this telecast, you're thoroughly enjoying the cricket on show, with the stars on show as well.
Spot on, Hazy, and a lovely little late cut there by Nisham. I'm looking forward to seeing how he bats here now, because so many people saying good things about this fella. I haven't seen a hell of a lot of him, I must admit. He has been around for a while. But I'm looking forward to seeing him make a big score here. Nisham cutting. He's been missed out a little bit as well with the bat, so 37 for 3. You haven't got much time to get in here. Maybe a 140, 150 on this deck might be a good score.
I wonder what they're going to do. That strike rate of Ben Cutting at 155 is sensational, and that 83 they scored in the last 5 overs of the first game they played was magnificent viewing. But gee, they're missing Faf du Plessis today. He's gone back for an awards night in South Africa, so is Beth Laquayo and also Rassi van der Dussen. The last two I mentioned will be coming back as well, which will be for the Knights. A little bit quicker that time from Walsh. But gee, they've got some work to do, Dino, and they've got to do it quick.
It's the wicket here. Look, I've got no problem with the shot, the idea, the intent, but just didn't execute. Just he's in a funny situation, Hafiz, isn't he? Didn't have a great World Cup, and now here, he's just, every time he wants to put the foot down, he keeps getting out, sadly.
Last two, skied the spinners, caught. Royals, just got to remember, haven't got on the board yet. They're down the bottom, number 6 on the table. Desperate to get some points.
I like the pace that Walsh is bowling here as well. Not allowing the batsman to come down. Big game, you're right. Royals have to win this match. Have to stay in the hunt.
Their last
playoffs.
The last game, they lost the Tigers. Lost the Tigers by 4 wickets. That's going to run away, I think, down the hill. 4 more. 8 overs gone. 43 for 3.
If you're a Royals fan, but that first game is what started things off. They had the game in control, you'd say, for 80% of it. And then somehow, Toronto Nationals lower order found a way to win that, and since then, it's been downward progress. What can Nisham and Cutting do? Simon told this is a key pairing because they are senior members, but technically all-rounders.
Yeah, it's going back to that situation we had yesterday where you thought that 150, 160 might be competitive, it might be good enough. So how do they get there? They've got to find a way to get there, and I think scoring 12 and over off the last 5 is imminently possible. So let's say take it to 15 overs, roughly another 7 overs to get 45 to 50 runs. That's what they've got to look at. 7 and over for the next 7 overs, maybe 8, if they can, by working it round and it's 1 boundary and over, and then look to get 12 and over minimum from the last 5, and you've got your 155, 160.
Nisham has shown his intent. 4 boundaries, 2 4s, 2 6s already. Just upish from cutting. Shoaib Malik has been very frugal, as he tends to be. Haven't seen much of him in this tournament. He's sort of slipped under the radar. Thanks to the likes of Chris Gale, Chadwick Walton, Andre Russell, big names, literally big names, being in the side. Malik's the quiet international star.
It's coming, boys!
He's a good batsman at cutting. He's to take his time, pick his options. I think this is the matchup for cutting, the off spinner. Not such a matchup for James Neesham, although he did hit him for 2 6s previous over.
Good finish to the over from Shoaib Malik. And time for everyone to introspect. At the end of 9 with the Royals 47 for 3, we're going to have our first Coca-Cola strategic timeout.
हम तुम पर नहीं हंस रही थी, किसी ने लेडीज रूम की दीवार पर कुछ लिख दिया है।
क्या? फिर से मसाज पार्लर के नाम पे मेरा नंबर लिख दिया क्या? अमित, साले! सीनियर स्टाफ के सबसे बड़ा मोटिवेशन क्या है? सेक्स। डेफिनेटली सेक्स। एक बार एक गंजे के सर पे 2 बाल, दोनों को एक दूसरे से प्यार हो गया, पर शादी नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि इंडिया में बाल विवाह मना है।
Hotstar Specials presents The Office. कहते हैं पापा कभी दोस्त नहीं बन सकते, बदल दिया। ऐसे प्यार की यहाँ कोई जगह नहीं, बदल दिया। और छोटे शहरों में स्टार्टअप नहीं खुल सकता, बदल दिया। हम तो बदल रहे हैं और कहानियां उन्हें भी बदल देंगे। हॉटस्टार स्पेशल्स, कहानियां बदलेंगी। क्या चाहते हो तुम?
डॉक्टर अनंत, वैक्सीन तो नहीं मार रही, अपनी फैमिली को बचा रही।
Hotstar Specials presents Hostages, now streaming.
अमेर राव गायकवाड़, मुंबई के मशहूर पॉलिटिशियन, उन पर 2 अनजान लोगों ने गोलियां बरसाई।
बाबा के साथ हर रैली में कौन खड़ा रहता था? तो उनकी जगह कौन लेगा?
साहब का सही उत्तराधिकारी मैं नहीं, ये।
महाराष्ट्र का भला तब होगा जब दिल्ली में बैठे नेता महाराष्ट्र पर ध्यान देंगे। बाबा के साम्राज्य को संभालने के लिए तुझसे ज्यादा काबिल मैं हूँ।
तू इस सबसे दूर रहे। एंड में लीडर तो हम दोनों में से एक को ही बनना पड़ेगा ना।
Hotstar Specials presents City of Dreams, now streaming.
That's the end of the Coca-Cola strategic timeout. 3 wickets that the Royals really wouldn't have wanted to lose, all falling in single digits in including the new captain, Mohammad Hafiz, who every time has hit a boundary to start his innings, but just hasn't gone on. This is how it started. Lucy Barrington.
Yeah, LBW, just a little question about where that pitched, but it didn't look a bad shot at all. Done well with a pretty poor across-the-line shot. And then this one just straight up from Mohammad Hafiz, 6 from 12. He's really struggled to get going throughout this tournament, Hafiz. 17, 5, 2 and 6 his scores with the bat.
And right on the spot, Hayden Walsh Jr. But I wonder how much of Mohammad Hafiz's dismissal was a bit of having a go at his old mate Shoaib Malik. It just seemed as if, I know what you can do, and I can do one better.
Yeah, it just got a picky area though, going across the line. The boundaries are small enough down the ground. If he's looking to hit him with a straight bat, I think over long on, or even mid-wicket with a straight bat flick, he's got such power and ability to hit the ball at least 65, 70 metres, so that was a better option.
Yeah, he's had a few soft dismissals even before this tournament at the World Cup, hitting a rank full toss straight down the throat. Farron Finch it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was, yeah. Quality left-arm spinner out on Finch.
So Neesham in charge at the moment of this innings. Got good company in Ben Cutting. Partnership starting to build 18 or 16. Yes, got Nawaz, who's the replacement for Faf du Plessis. Shadab Khan can bat, and Anshuman Rath is a specialist top-order batsman. That is big. Is it big enough? I don't think it will be. That is the end of Jimmy Neesham. Oh, just looked as if he got elevation and not distance.
Yeah, toe end of the bat, wasn't it? I think he knew it straight away, James Neesham. Was it Ali Khan out on the boundary there at deep mid-wicket? Top spinner, you would say, and just on the toe end of the bat, very comfortable underneath it. Knew where the boundary was, and hasn't he been impressive today? Hayden Walsh Jr. picks up another. Neesham goes 28 off 22. It's 50 for 4.
Batsman crossed, so we won't quite see the battle of the leggies yet with Shadab Khan in. It's 50 for 4. Yet another repair job to be done by the Edmonton Royals. They're running out of batsmen. Ben Cutting's there, Shadab Khan is there, Nawaz is in the side, Mohammad Nawaz, as is Anshuman Rath, and the likes of Safan Sharif also can hit the ball, but you don't want to be relying on a tail-enders every single time.
I think it was Ben Cutting and Shadab Khan who put together a very good partnership to get them to a score in game number 1. The back end.
but I reckon that could be the end of Shadab Khan.
Very confident. Keeper very, very confident. Tobias Vijay. Have a look here. No problem with that. He's not even anywhere near the line. Carry on. Move forward. Felt he might have just slid that foot out. Gautam. Not sure.
Yeah, possibly on the line, just from the naked eye is what we saw, as did Vijay.
Nothing behind the line there, is there? Nothing behind the line, nothing behind the line. Bail on, bail off. Shadab Khan off.
Lightning quick from Tobias Vijay. That's a good angle to see it. That's a good angle. Oh, excellent view.
Brilliant.
All of you at home, not even a spike, not even a bootlace behind the line.
Brilliant work behind the stumps. Cost them a wide, but they will not mind that one bit. 52 for 5 now. Shadab Khan has not lasted at all. Tried a little sweep first ball and has been undone. More trouble for the Royals as Shadab Khan goes. 52 for 5.
Is in and he starts with a boundary. That's a bright start. They wouldn't mind a few more of those. everyone dismissed in single digits. Yes, each time we try and build up a partnership, but this is a crucial one. Still Anshuman Rath to come, specialist batsman, makeshift keeper. He likes that shot, does Mohammad Nawaz. Will he get another boundary for it? No, that's good work.
Still 7 overs to go, so 42 deliveries.
Some Guyanese flags suddenly coming out in the stands. So if they go to 7-0 from here, they'll get to 121, which is not going to worry the likes of Chris Gale. Rassie van der Dussen today.
He'll try and make light work of that if they end up on 120.
Yep. Nicely done by Bissay, by the way.
Bizet will also have a say in that, coming off 51 off 19 deliveries. So it's a dynamic opening pair. So in the back of the Royals' minds, they'll be thinking about that, even though they've lost Rassie van der Dussen and Andile Pesluquayo. What did you say that's called?
That's a night supporter.
No, the way he was dancing.
Oh, that's a floss.
Oh, it's a floss, right?
Yes, a bit of flossing. Fourth on the table at the moment, the Knights. And solid, and that is 6 runs. That is a very good shot indeed from Nawaz.
Yeah, wonderful shot by Mohamed Nawaz. It's in the slot, definitely. Ali Khan. Here comes the swing of the bat. Wonderful contact, just makes the contact just as the ball's passing the front knee. And it's gone a long way.
Over gets him to 135. There we go, there's a bit more flossing. I'm going to get this through to your head before the end of this series.
I thought it was Mr. Current Affairs. I didn't even know what it was called.
Solid down the ground. Shy the stumps. Oh, I think he's okay. Nawaz running the danger end, doing the right thing and sliding the bat. It is a direct hit. The Knights aren't too excited out there in the middle.
Maybe an in, but
You've always just got to just wait when it becomes a direct hit. If it's hands and gloves involved, you sort of think, well, maybe not out. But you just want to be sure with direct hits, and that is very sure. Made his ground, Mohamed Nawaz.
I was watching Andre Russell. We saw number 12 there in that picture. There was no excitement from him when it happened. And the other side, Chris Gale wasn't too far away either. There was no excitement from him either. So I realised it was fairly safe.
I think what is given him that extra half a yard is because he's gone down with the long barrier. He hasn't gone up and picked up the ball in one motion and thrown the ball. He's got into the long barrier and then got on his feet to try and get the throw away. I think if he's done it in all in one motion, it would have just taken away that half a yard, given if it was a direct hit.
Would have been sensational fielding to do that. Ali Khan doing the right thing and just pulling up. Obviously not feeling totally comfortable as he was running in to deliver.
oh, that's okay. That's all right. I'm okay.
They're not too far away from getting into the second round of this event, actually, so these net run rates at the moment are going to be pretty important. It's all fairly tight in the middle. Should the Knights, who are fourth at the moment, step on the gas and track whatever it is down fairly quickly, that'll help them quite a lot. Slow delivery, a bit of a grunt to mimic a bit of an effort from Ali Khan.
Buys. Just giving him a bit of room. Good from Ali Khan. Just continue to push it further and wider away from Ben Cutting, who's trying to free up the offside. There you go. Just continues to push it wide, and also what he's done there is just taken the pace off it. So Ben Cutting gets through the shot a little bit earlier and not in a position of power to make that contact through the offside. And now trying to finish off the over now is Ali Khan.
10 from it so far. Quick call of 1 makes it 11. That's good stuff from the Royals. 87 for 5. the board yet. Vancouver Knights 3, they win today. They get another 2, takes them to 5. As you can see, the net run rates, the far column is pretty tight between 3 and 4 at the moment, the Hawks and also the Knights. So that shows how important the net run rates are going to be going forward. Of course, the Knights had a problem in the last game. The county getting involved. They were lightninged out. And here's a look at the format. We're getting close to the end of round 1. And then if we go to round 2, you'll see that it's 1 versus 6, 2 versus 5, and 3 versus 4. And that's where it's going to be very important. Points taken forward as well. So before we look at any deeper than that, net run rate could well distinguish who's going to play who in that round 2.
He's trying to be in the top 3 really, and try and continue to win those round 2 games where one will play 6 and you expect probably one with the points come out on top of that, and then 2 playing 5 and 3 playing 4 could be a bit of a dicey one if you because closer in points maybe gives an idea of how well they've played throughout the tournament to end up in 3 and 4.
So the Royals have still got plenty of work to do here. Mountain. We're thinking the pass score is around about the 150, 145 maybe. That means 10-0 from here. To get there, it's going to be a lot of batting from Cutting in particular, due to his experience and also his ability, and I think his strength.
Nisham looked really good for his 28th of 22. Was distraught.
A bit of a swipe on the onside. I think we've got something for you here, Ed.
Right, I do not know what that is, but I will not even attempt to try and do that one, Hazy. You're the dance move expert. What is that called now?
92 for 5 it is, with 1 ball remaining.
White ball.
And a wide called. Hope he's all right, that youngster.
Yeah, it's getting a bit of a tangle there.
Yep.
Those can't be the dance move of nowadays, are they?
Single to retain the strike, I think they are, Ed.
Jeepers.
I think they are.
I've got some catching up to do.
Lots. 7 off, 94 for 5, 15 gone. And also time for the Coca-Cola strategic timeout.
हम तुम पर नहीं हंस रही थी, किसी ने लेडीज रूम की दीवार पर कुछ लिख दिया है।
क्या? फिर से मसाज पार्लर के नाम पे मेरा नंबर लिख दिया क्या? अमित, साले!
सीनियर स्टाफ में सबसे बड़ा मोटिवेशन क्या है?
सेक्स। डेफिनेटली सेक्स।
एक बार एक गंजे के सर पे 2 बाल, दोनों को एक दूसरे से प्यार हो गया, पर शादी नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि इंडिया में बाल विवाह मना है।
Hotstar Specials presents The Office.
कहते हैं पापा कभी दोस्त नहीं बन सकते, बदल दिया। ऐसे प्यार की यहाँ कोई जगह नहीं, बदल दिया। और छोटे शहरों में स्टार्टअप नहीं खुल सकता, बदल दिया। हम तो बदल रहे हैं।
टू पॉलिटिशियन, उन पर 2 अनजान लोगों ने गोलियां बरसाई।
बाबा के साथ हर रैली में कौन खड़ा रहता था? तो उनकी जगह कौन लेगा?
साहब का सही उत्तराधिकारी मैं नहीं, ये है।
महाराष्ट्र का भला तब होगा जब दिल्ली में बैठे नेता महाराष्ट्र पर ध्यान देंगे। बाबा के साम्राज्य को संभालने के लिए तुझसे ज्यादा काबिल मैं हूँ।
तू इस सबसे दूर रहे।
एंड में लीडर तो हम दोनों में से एक को ही बनना पड़ेगा ना।
Hotstar Specials presents City of Dreams, now streaming.
Dressed up as Vancouver Night. You look absolutely amazing. Now have a little look at this. The Universe Boss. Why is Chris Gale your favourite player? Because he makes a lot of runs in the field. He certainly does. And how about you? We've got another Gale fan over here as well. Brampton weather forecast. Gale storm is expected with 100% chance of 6s and 4s. What's your name, buddy?
Miguel Nandu.
And Gale is clearly your favourite player?
Yeah, because he hits lots of 6s and 4s, and he's a left-hand batsman like me.
So you play cricket here in Canada?
Yeah.
And who do you play for?
Transact Cricket Academy.
Oh, amazing. And there's plenty of fans. How about you, buddy? Who's your favourite player?
Chris Gale.
Chris Gale. There's a lot of Chris Gale fans here. And why wouldn't there be? He's had an absolutely fantastic tournament. And you're here to see his very last game of T20. So, guys, let's tell you, who's our favourite player? Universe Boss! Yeah. Back to you guys up in the commentary box.
Thanks, Aaron. 1 ball into the 16th over now. There he is, 3-3-3. That's his highest score in Test cricket. Gale Force.
What an entertainer Chris Gale is. On and off the field.
Daniel Sams. Full toss, nicely fielded.
What's so remarkable for me is the fact that when he gets on the field, he just enters that extreme professional mode. The other day, he just looked so angry and he wanted to just hit everything out of the ground. And comes to getting to the 100, celebrates, off the field, celebrates. Just a wonderful entity for the T20 game and cricket in general around the world. What an asset it is to have him.
Have you seen him also working with the kids, just signing autographs, chatting to the kids and chatting to people who come up to him? He's one of those blokes he's very obliging. He'll have a chat to anybody, he'll play along with the kids, have a bit of fun with the kids as well. He's just one of those ideal blokes to come and get involved in this tournament. Now, I've been chatting to Donovan Miller, who's the coach of the Knights, and he's telling me that Chris Gale has been unbelievable in the change room. Normally you don't associate that with Chris. You think sometimes it might be in his own bottle, but his own bubble rather. He's been chasing the guys and making sure they're on time and practice, etc. That's gone for 6. Nicely played.
Nice to get that straight after the timeout. Sometimes timeouts and breaks in concentration can lead to wickets, but it's a rank delivery and he just rolls the wrists on it. I think it's more about placement.
He's been brilliant. Moving around the change room and having a chat to the young guys, sitting alongside them, talking about their techniques. That's nicely hit. That's going to go for 6 more. Couple of 6s.
Daniel Sams under the pump. Back-to-back 6s. It's 15 runs off the over up to this point. It's a wonderful shot by Mohammad Nawaz. Cross-seam delivery. And he's got all of that.
His numbers are pretty good, Daniel Sams, before the last couple of balls. Now he's 1 shy of completing 3 overs, still got a bit of a smile on his face. And he's gone for 22 now, so this is the one that's ruined his figures, or the last 2 balls that have ruined his figures. Let's hope from his perspective that he can keep the last one tight. However, the Royals would like to make the most of it.
Has to try and close it off now. They're into the 100 now, 109 for 5. At one point, they looked as if they'll be projected at 116. This over perhaps could be the momentum that can carry them through.
10 and over gets him 150 now. Extra bounce. It's a dot ball to finish. 16 gone, 109 for 5.
Projected scores, the way these two are going, if they can get to 150, they've still got Anshuman run to come. So despite all the wickets they've lost, not bad batting credentials towards the latter half. Got Dean Jones alongside, just giving them some hope, this partnership, 57 or 38.
Yeah, since the 10th over, they've come back very, very well. And particularly the batting of Navas batted really well. Now Cutting is just worked the ball around nicely. Now they've got to go hard now. They've got to start to pick on someone. And I think Mr. Ben Cutting, Ribbon, is the man you need to pick on. He is very strong down the ground. He can hit it over cow corner. So they need 150, I feel, got them. They really do.
They certainly do. Michael Rippon, another one of the associate players on view at the Canada GT20 2019. It's good to see them perform with a couple of internationals out in the middle with bat in hand. And Cutting. Didn't quite go as hard as Jimmy Neesham did early on, but he's decided he's the one who's got to stay till the end, till the 20th. And that's gone very, very high in the air. And it's gone far enough. Oh, that took off like a Turkish Airlines 777. Brilliant.
Brilliant by the ball boy down there was outstanding. He had to worry about two things. Number one, the fieldsman down there might have been Chatty Walton, but oh yes, you're going to have some friends tomorrow. Oh, he didn't quite get this at all, Ben Cutting. And what's the good position he gets into? Well taken, sir. Chadwick Walt said, too good for me.
That's big again. This time it's long enough. No one's going to take that because it's hit the roof. Back-to-back sixes from Ben Cutting, and he's decided to start the car.
Well, I did say now, Cutting needed to go after Ribbon, and he's done it beautifully. This one he hit a bit better. He's picked the wrong, and it didn't worry him. He hit against the spin on one knee and got all of it. He's such a wonderful player. He really is when he gets going. And he needs to get it wider because this is his go-to shot. Mid-wicket or mid-on needs to go wide.
You know what I think is a pity, Dino? That magnificent catch from that young kid doesn't qualify for Daffabed catch of the match because it has to be one of the players. But look at that catch. Very good technique.
Well, what I love about it, he didn't fall to the ground that many of the modern-day players do today. Look, he's just talking to his mate. He said, look, it was quite easy, really. I just got underneath it. I knew Walton was coming close, but still easy.
And sometimes you can actually take it the normal and not the Aussie way, do you know?
Well, I like them actually trying to get side on more for the ball. I don't like actually getting front and square. I'd prefer to get side on. So give a little bit with the ball. But anyway, now, Chris Gale, for the first time in this match, has got a couple of headaches. He would like to be able to change the bowling right now if he had his chance. And I think that'll happen in years to come, where the bowler should be allowed, the captain should be allowed to say, well, you haven't started off the over, I'll stop you there, I'll bowl another over, bowl and finish the last three balls. It'll get like that one time.
We used to have that in our backyard cricket in India. It was called a baby over. That's it. You're done here.
Oh, good. I like it.
Yeah, there's two big sixes from Ben Cutting. As I said, my first reaction was it's got onto a 777 and it's flown far and wide. Maybe not always cargo. Very comfortable when you've got the seats in there, but occasionally, yep. Have you ever gone on a cargo plane, do you know?
I actually have years ago, but not in a Turkish cargo plane. I've been on a Hercules. We had a plane strike in Australia. We had to fly around the the Air Force jets.
Air Turkish Airlines, official airline of GT20. Must say Nawaz has been very impressive. 36 of 20.
Don't think he's picking it too well there. He's got to bowl it wide because Nawaz will try to hit him down the ground or over. Appreciate the whistle.
I didn't.
Good partnership, isn't it?
You're right, Dino. He's not picking it, but safety first approach gets to the other end. 3 overs to go. 123 for 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, the GT20 would like to acknowledge Sickets as the official charity of the GT20 League. That's Sickets.
Still Anshuman run. Safian Sharif from Scotland. Carl Phillip. All of whom got decent batting credentials, and I think that was a Dutch flag in the crowd. A lot of associate nations represented here. Michael Rippen, Tobias Vijay from the Netherlands. Ali Khan, Stars and Stripes.
Well, Sams will bowl one more after this, and no doubt Ali Khan will finish the last. So, big question here is, can Ali Khan, is an experienced T20 bowler now, he's well known around the world now, can he finish it off here? Now, what is Chris Gale up to?
Where's he fielding?
I think he's going to walk back to the line. There he is in the background. He's not quite on the line yet. Chris?
Short, fine leg for Christopher Henry Gale. Yeah, Ali Khan wasn't too impressed with that, but umpire got it spot on. Harry Grewal.
Okay, so this is what he's bowling with here. So he's gone with a mid-on, a deep mid-on, and 2 fieldsmen behind square. But here's the big one. It's a bit hard to pick up. Got a third man and a wide point, but no cover. So 2 fieldsmen in there. So what he has to do with this field, and the deep mid-on, deep mid-off. So he has to bowl wide Yorkers. He has to bowl wide Yorkers. Yeah.
Exactly like you said, Dean Jones. It's one thing to have a feel, but it's another thing to execute, and Ali Khan's done that well so far.
Yeah, and I'm surprised there's a beautiful bowling. Beautiful bowling, and I'm quite surprised a lot of bowlers around the world don't use this tactic. Now they're moving it around. I like this. Now, can you believe this? This is a very good field. This is what I call the Brendan McCullum field. You've got a short third man and 2 fieldsmen on the boundary behind point. If you can execute now, bowl wide Yorkers.
And it could straight have gone to one of those 2 fielders Dean Jones mentioned. That was just about point or backward point on the boundary.
I think Brendan McCullum is one of the really smart captains that have been going around with fieldsmen, and he knows what batsmen's weaknesses are and their go-to shots. So, but you still got to have bowlers who can execute and believe in your game plan. But I like what he's doing here. Now, to a right-hander big cutting, and see what he does here. I personally would employ the same type of field, but in reverse. So, 2 fieldsmen on the boundary. Yeah, this is the Brendan McCullum field for the right-hander. Cover point, deep backward point, and so he's got 5 on the off, 4 on the leg. Now, cutting doesn't like walking across the crease and lapping it, so He'll be bowling wide, surely.
Yeah, that was a little fuller than he wanted, Ali Khan, but nonetheless...
we don't mind that. If you're going to err, that's quite happy with that. Quite happy with that. So this is an area where the game's going to get better and better, and they do it in baseball, don't they? Have pitchers coming in and finishing off particular baseball matches. Well, bowlers got to be able to do this as well now. Just come in and go about their work and try and bowl that wide Yorker. The only problem is with this field, you've only got one option, and that's to bowl wide. If you don't, you're in trouble. See the fieldsman?
Spot on, spot on. Great assessment in this over from Dean Jones with fielding, and the fact that Ali Khan has delivered. It's been a good partnership, really has, between Mohammad Nawaz and Ben Cutting. Very experienced Mohammad Nawaz coming into the side in place of Francois du Plessis, and he's delivered, he really has. He's an experienced player, he's played Test cricket for Pakistan.
Certainly is. Now, if Cutting 3 sixes in the last couple of overs, then back in the game. Even 2.
Well done from Shoaib Malik. It really had a fizz about it, that full toss that was it. But again, if you err on the side of being full, you won't be able to get under the ball and get those big sixes. Sprightly Malik.
Yeah, you need your best fieldsman in hot spots, and that's exactly where he is. Good arm, very quick in his feet, and also you've got to be able to time your jump on taking catches on the boundary. Got to do all the tricks down there. One of the best probably going around. Pollard, of course, Andre Russell. I tell you, Glenn Maxwell's outstanding down there as well, isn't he? Love to see him here. Canadian GT Premier League. Uh-oh.
He's done so much, so many good things this over has Ali Khan. This time he oversteps. Free hit coming up.
Oh, yeah, good call. I love the question by Ali Khan to the umpire. How much over? Doesn't matter. Might as well be a mile. It's a no ball.
But I've heard that throughout this tournament, every time a bowler's gone over, goes over to the umpire. How much over? And where's Ben Cutting? Ben, where are you going, mate? I wonder if he forgot it was a free hit. Didn't get hold of it at all. End of 18, 130 for 5.
Try your wave, all right? We're going to get everybody in the camera. We're going to try your wave. When I say get 1, get ready to wave. 2, 1, 2, 3, wave. We're going to... I'm a function. Oh, yeah. So you guys down there, look on your side. We're going to get ready to wave and we're going to finish straight around. All right, here you go. 1, get ready to wave. 2, get ready to wave. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
130 for 5. How much more respectable is that looking for the Edmonton Royals? May not be in the region of 170, 180. That would have been imposing. But nonetheless, runs on the board are vital. And it's this partnership that is responsible. 78 of 52 between Ben Cutting and Mohammad Nawaz. There's Anshuman Rudd sitting padded up, as is Safayan Sharif in the foreground.
Oh, no, yes, yes.
Probably see Sharif come in there to try and hit a few big ones if a wicket falls now. Ahead of the more traditional top order Anshuman Rudd from Hong Kong.
I disagree with, I have to say, what Chris Gale's done. He's brought Rippon back on, and this is like a red rag to a bull here. They should go hard here. Oh, he's going to get a wicket. Of course. Oh, he did it.
And he's got it. Dino, where are you looking? He's run out. This is absolutely magnificent. Maybe wrong choice of bowler. Then he pops it in the air, they drop the ball, and then Mohammad Nawaz anyway gets run out at the end. That is absolutely delightful. It was theatre in 30 seconds.
Well, I'm gobsmacked. Number one, it wasn't a great shot. Number two, that's even a worse fielding effort. And number three, what was he doing? He just can't believe what's happened there. So it ends a magnificent partnership, though.
Hayden Walsh Jr. drops the catch but gets the run out. Mohammad Nawaz goes for a brilliant 40 of 27, 130 for 6.
Yeah, we're gonna get the mascot to start away from up this side. Bring the mascot, please.
So Rippon, after that little bit of drama in the previous delivery.
Drama? I had everything. It wasn't a poor swing, was it? It wasn't a poor catching effort, but that's a lot better fielding performance. The poor old bowler misses out.
He's got that in the middle, goes all the way, going, gone. Ben Cutting.
So no matter what, Ben Cutting's got to face every ball for this over. Even if he hits it down the deep mid-on, he stays. It's either 6 or 4 right now for Ben Cutting. He goes to 49, and he can hurt here. And as I said before, I was courageous. Chris Gale to bowl Rippon at this stage.
That's why, slightly short, 50 for Ben Cutting, and it's been a brilliant effort from the all-rounder. Magnificent. 36 deliveries to get to 55, and they have really needed this effort, the Royals.
Yeah, very well played. Very well played, and there's more to come here. Dropped it too short, and realised it was the wrong and picked it. A lot of room to throw the arms through the ball, and he's hit it straight over the scoreboard. Well played.
The absence of Faf du Plessis, somebody had to put their hand up. Jimmy Neesham did it very briefly. Mohammad Nawaz, his replacement, also played well for 40, but it's been Ben Cutting who's led the way in this innings with a marvellous half-century, and Rippon still has 2 deliveries to come. The obvious choice was for Chris Gale to finish with Sams and Ali Khan, but he opted for Michael Rippon.
Why didn't Sams bowl this over? That's why he's in the team for. It was the wrong time to bowl Rippon here.
Good call, Dean Jones. It was either going to be 6 or 4. Got hold of the first 2. This one was dead straight. Great shot.
It was. He started to pick him and pick the areas, got the trajectory right. And more importantly now, he probably would like a 1 now to try to get on strike. So, do you take the 1 or do you hit it for 6? I tell you what, if you hit it for 6, do it, I suppose. But either or, it's either 6, 4 or 1. He does not run a 2 at all.
Yep, he takes that first option. 6, 4 or 1. I'll take the 6. Thank you very much. I'm greedy today. I'm informed today. Ben Cutting takes 6. 152 with 6. 1 to go. progression of the innings looks more like a 50-over innings from the mid-80s when the game was starting to change, but you didn't really have teams going hard in the first 6 or the first 15 overs and 50-over cricket. But it's just steady progress from the Edmonton Royals, and they've got past 150. And I reckon is going to be very handy here. Still an over to come from Ali Khan. Yes, Ben Cutting's off strike. Maybe he's just told Safian Sharif, single, give me the last 5.
He's done a pretty good job today, Chris Gale, I thought, with his team, but I think he made a real poor mistake. Unless Sams is injured, the only reason why I can't work out why he's put the poor old left-arm leg spinner on. 22 off that last over. Then there's a couple of dot balls in there. So Safian needs to actually get a 1 here. Give it to Ben Cutting.
Well, they've crossed, even if that catch is taken, which it is. The batsman crossed very quickly, so either way, not a bad effort, not a bad result for the Royals.
Spot on, and you can hear Ben Cutting say run, because Safian was going to stay. Good bouncer too, wasn't it? Really well delivered first up by Ali Khan, a little bit late on it, and takes a wicket. It could be good for you when bowling at the death. Get a couple of cheap ones.
Sharif goes first ball, it's 152 for 7. So here we go. Ali Khan against Ben Cutting.
Good bowling, and no matter what, he must face all the balls in this particular over. Even if he hits it down to deep mid-off or deep backward point, he just good pace, wasn't it? It was just good pace, and he was a little bit late on it, popped it straight up in the air. You don't drop them off your own bowling, or shouldn't.
High. We'll wait and see. One thing's for sure, it's gone for 6, and I reckon that could just be a free hit coming up. If the umpires have a look at that, it's not. It's not. Naked eye, I must confess, I thought it was very close.
I was erring on the batsman side of being a no ball. So for a lot of people joining us, any no ball full toss over the waist of the batsman is classed as a no ball. Now, let's have a little look here. We might have a little peek here. Was it over the waist? Yeah, that's easily over the waist. I don't think the umpires can go upstairs and ask for this.
Well,
no, they can't say whether it's not. They can ask for another ball, which they're doing. Oh, well, it's called. Now that's amazing. Now, Chris Gale has every right to walk in here and say something to both these umpires here. He said, you didn't do it in the last game, and why have you changed it now?
And remember, Chris Gale was batting when it happened. Twice. Oh, Chris Gale is not a happy camper here. When Chris Gale was batting in the previous game on 2 occasions, they did not refer a no ball. Yes, it may not have been quite a no ball, but Chris Gale was livid that day, and he is livid right now. And as Dean Jones said, he has the right to be.
So he's just asking for consistency.
But he did the same thing the last game.
You can hear Chris Gale saying he did the same thing in the last game. Chris was on strike. Oh, it's all happening here in Brampton. Harry Grewal in the thick of things on that occasion. I reckon it's the right call, but was it made in the right manner?
Well, it's going to take a while for Chris Gale to get back to short third man, but I can say this to you. Mike Hazeman's trying to look in the law book that the umpires can go, the third umpire can check it.
They're going for two. Ben Cunning's gone for two. I reckon that's going to be very, very tight. They're going to have to go upstairs for that one to check if Ben Cunning's made it back for two.
How's that?
They have gone upstairs. I was wondering if that would have carried to the field. It seemed a bit of a lazy effort.
Well,
From Daniel Sams.
Looks like it's, well, the bail is dislodged, but must say completely dislodged. That is for me. So he'll be run out here.
Look at Tobias Vijay in the air.
Terrific vision, wasn't it? So there's going to be a shock here for Ben Cutting. He will not believe he's out here.
He referred to the third umpire. Yeah. This screen is not working.
Okay, so what's happened here is the big screen's not working properly and the third umpire's referred it to the umpire down on the ground and rightly done and said you're out, run out. That's exactly what's happened here.
Great innings from Ben Cutting comes to an end. Again under slightly odd circumstances, hit high up in the air. Daniel Sams not quite going for the catch, but what a throw and what an effort from Tobias Vijay in the air. Oh man, he's been athletic. Fabulous stumping and that fantastic run out, 160 for 8. First up, hits it up. How far has that gone? One bounce for 4. This young lad was batting at 11 the other day and we were told that he can hit the ball.
Well, the question mark I've got here, why is he bowling a short one with the third man, the fine leg up in the circle? Just the wrong line. He should have gone wide. And what seemed to me he was hunting for wickets instead of trying to dot up or get a single off the ball. He was looking to get a guy out there, and at this stage as a bowler, you're here to dot up. It's not about wickets, this game's about runs.
This time he plays and misses, but he will get a bonus for that. Not going to quite get 4. They're coming back for a second. They're just undecided, Anshuman Rudd and Satsimranjit Dinsa. But Dean Jones, I must confess, I was caught out on that one. I question why Daniel Sams didn't go for that catch. Very simple. It was a free hit, and hence he took the safety first approach, let it bounce, and then got the batsman run out.
Yeah, but at the same time, it gives him enough time for the batsman to come back. There's the free hit. It's definitely a no ball as far as I'm concerned. That's definitely well over waste.
Yep, that's the chat between the umpires. They called it a no ball after they sent it upstairs. They didn't send it upstairs in the previous game, but yes, folks, the umpires can take the call to send it upstairs. This was hit high. Daniel Sams didn't go for the catch because it was a free hit. Paused, threw it in. Great run out. And that's the end. Shirath tried to get cute behind the stumps, but he had to do something there. That was the last ball of the innings, and a good finish from Ali Khan. A hectic final over. Not quite the push that the Royals would have wanted at the end, but nonetheless, 165 for 9. With the way they were placed at 52 for 5, they would take it with both hands.
Oh, plus tax. They've done a great job to get to 165 here, and they're in the game. They really are. Yeah, they showed some fight, so well done to the Royals here. Very, very good comeback. And Vancouver Knights, well, their bowling will be questionable at the end.
Yeah, 72 from 41. Ben Cutting leading the way. Measham was good to start with, but it was that partnership with Mohammad Nawaz that really set the tone for the Edmonton Royals' effort to get to 165 for 9. It was a good effort, certainly from Hayden Walsh Jr. with ball in hand. Coming into this side, one of 4 changes in the side. 2 for 20 in 4 overs. Michael Rippon came on at the wrong time, maybe. Was smashed for 36 in his 2 overs. Ali Khan finished well, as he always does. 4 overs, 2 for 33. It's time to head down to Ed Rainsford.
Yeah, welcome down. I'm here with Hayden Walsh Jr. 2 for 20 in your 4 overs, pretty good.
Yeah, I'm ecstatic with that. This is what I dreamt of.
You say dreamt of. Tell us a little bit about your life, your journey to this moment here.
Oh, well, I've been playing cricket since I was 4 years old, I guess. And now I've been like all over. I've been in Barbados, I've been in England, and now I'm here in the GT20 trying to make a name for myself.
Playing for the United States as well, so a big platform for you to obviously get better at T20 cricket and cricket yourself.
Yeah, well, there's a big league coming up in the United States, so playing these leagues is very good competition to express my skills up in that big competition.
Right, 165, can you guys do it today?
Yeah, for sure. With the universe boss, anything's possible.
With the universe boss, anything is possible. Thank you, Hayden.
Thank you.
Yeah, quite a character he is. And look at that sight. Oh, that's a sight that you just have to breathe in and soak in. We are in Toronto, so we're not too far ever from the Niagara Falls. Yeah, it's going to be some big hitting needed. 166 needed for the Vancouver Knights in their 20 overs.
शिकार करने आए थे शेर का भी कर लेंगे।
देखिए जंगी अब बिल्कुल फीसद हॉटस्टार पर। Touch Baliye 9 now streaming on Hotstar.
डॉक्टर अनंत अब से इनको नहीं मार रहे, अपनी फैमिली को बचा रहे हैं।
Hotstar Specials presents Hostages now streaming.
अंदर के माहौल और बाहर के माहौल में थोड़ा फर्क है, और वो फर्क जानने के लिए क्रिमिनल जस्टिस देखना पड़ेगा।
Excuse me, टीचर ही हूँ मैं। रोल नंबर तो ऑफिस में जाके पता लगाओ क्विकली। एक्चुअली स्टूडेंट ही हूँ मैं।
देखिए ये फिल्म अब हॉटस्टार पर।
किसी ने बैंक से पूरा पैसा निकाल लिया।
10 लाख रुपए।
मेरा पैसा गया कहाँ?
सारे इलीगल काम डार्कनेट से ही होते हैं। इसका मास्टरमाइंड कौन है? टेक्नोलॉजी से दुनिया का डेटा चुरा लेते हैं। मैं भी मिलिट्री से दिमाग से इंफॉर्मेशन निकालना जानता हूँ। देखिए रिटर्न ऑफ अभिमन्यु अब हॉटस्टार पर। किस्मत हमें उनसे मिलाती है जिनसे मिलना होता है। देखिए ये फिल्म अब हॉटस्टार पर।
मोनी, तुम्हारा बलिए कौन है?
मुझे बहुत दुख के साथ कहना पड़ रहा है।
Touch Baliye 9 now streaming on Hotstar.
बढ़ाने लौट रहा है संजीवनी।
Coming soon on Hotstar.
हर चीज ना लिमिट में करनी चाहिए। अगर चद्दर x हो तो पैर उतनी फैलानी चाहिए कि x-1. Never overdo it.
Hotstar Specials presents The Office. 50% chill, 60% chul.
ऑक्टोपस सबसे ताकतवर मिसाइल लॉन्चिंग सिस्टम।
इससे पहले कि ऑक्टोपस सरकार तक पहुंचे वो हमारे हाथों में होगा। मैं अपने परिवार की कसम खा के कहता हूं, मैं ऑक्टोपस नहीं दूंगा।
They were not in a happy place at one stage, 52 for 5, until they started cutting loose, thanks to Big Ben. And he was in sizzling form, hitting it to all parts. A few boundaries and some magnificent sixes as well. A great partnership with Mohammad Nawaz. And the Edmonton Royals finished with a lot more than they look like they'd have at the halfway stage. 165 for 9, which looks more than respectable. And look at cutting. 3 fours, 7 sixes for his 72 of 41, and Nawaz kept him company with some big sixes of his own, 40 of 27, getting them to that total. Ali Khan and Zafar with a couple of wickets each, but Hayden Walsh, pick of the bowlers, 2 for 20 in his 4 overs for the man born in St. Croix in the Virgin Islands. The highlights of the innings, well, it was, they were put into bat by Chris Gayle, and it was all about the Vancouver Knights for the first half of the innings. That was Richie Barrington who was the first to go. And not long after that, it was Gambhir Dhaliwal taken by Daniel Sams, and Hayden Walsh with the first of his 2 wickets. He was very impressive. Jimmy Neesham started off very positively indeed, pushed up the batting order. Those 2 sixes came off consecutive deliveries. And then it was Shoaib Malik who got rid of somebody he knows very well, Mohammad Hafiz, captaining the side today. Again disappointing, 6 of 12 deliveries. Neesham went for one shot too many and found Ali Khan on the boundary. Second wicket for Hayden Walsh. And that's the time they looked in real trouble, particularly when this stumping came off from Tobias Fije. A brilliant effort of a wide delivery that got rid of Shadab Khan. Then came the partnership between Ben Cutting and Mohammad Nawaz. It was massive. A total of 10 sixes between these two. Cutting was in serious form, but it was finally this very strange effort dropped by Hayden Walsh Jr. and then a direct throw to get rid of Mohammad Nawaz. Everybody was bemused, so were we. End of it, it was a wicket. Cutting continued on his merry way as the 19th over was very strangely given to Michael Rippon. They hit 22 runs off that over, and even though there was a wicket towards the end to Ali Khan, they managed to finish with 165 for 9. This was the run out. Good effort from Daniel Sams, again brilliant from Tobias Fije. Cutting was run out for 72, and the final wicket was Anshi Rupp off the last ball of the innings. So for the Universe Boston Company, that's what looks ahead for them, for the defending champions. 166 to win from their 20 overs.
माउंटेन के ऊपर कुछ ना कुछ तो है। हजारों साल पहले लुप्त हो चुके जानवर आज भी उस पहाड़ पर जिंदा है। हम में से सिर्फ एक ही आदमी उस माउंटेन पर जा सकता है, बाकी सब मर जाएंगे।
देखिए संजीवनी एडवेंचर ऑन द एज, अब बिल्कुल फ्री सिर्फ हॉटस्टार पर।
इतने बड़े हाथी दांत मैंने आज तक नहीं देखे। हाथी का शिकार करने आए थे, सेम रेडी कर ले। जाने दो मुझे, कर लो।
देखिए जंगली, अब बिल्कुल फ्री सिर्फ हॉटस्टार पर।
अरे निमकिया का वीडियो?
कैसा वीडियो?
हवेली में निमकी का महा कमबैक।
नमस्कार, अगर बब्बू सिंह बलात्कारी है तो तेजर सिंह कैसा
बाप है जो एक बलात्कारी को अपने घर में रखा हुआ है, और अगर ये बलात्कारी नहीं है
तो थेतर सिंह कैसा बाप है
जो एक कुर्सी के लिए अपना बेटा का नाम खराब कर रहा है।
अभी फैसला आपको करना है, जो अपने बेटे का नहीं हुआ वो आपका क्या होगा?
निमकी मुखिया now streaming on Hotstar. माना ना से फन, लेकिन जरा हम भी तो देखें तुम्हारा फन। जिन्हें देखकर चौंक गए ये जनाब, वही करेंगे इनके पार्टनर्स को बेनकाब। नच बलिए नाई now streaming on Hotstar.
अरे निमकिया का वीडियो?
कैसा वीडियो?
हवेली में निमकी का महा कमबैक।
नमस्कार, अगर बब्बू सिंह बलात्कारी है तो
The Vancouver Knights will be chasing a lot more than they thought they would at the halfway stage. 166 is what lies ahead for Chris Gale and company. Defending champions they are, and what will lie ahead. But for the moment it's been a hectic tournament. But earlier in the week there was one off day for everyone, and it was league owners, players and some of the commentators who went around getting a closer look at beautiful Toronto Harbour.
Oh my goodness. Canada GT20. I found my sister shooting. Your name is Shaniqua. Enjoying your cruise on what is this? Lake Ontario? Is this Lake Kariba, Lake Ontario?
Wherever we are, it's beautiful. We're having a fantastic time. It's beautiful to see some of Toronto. We've seen a lot of Brampton, but we haven't seen a lot of Toronto, so it's exciting to be here.
However, I've seen a lot of Toronto and I'm feeling under the weather, but you know, it's a big pick-me-up today to be on a boat alongside all these players, these wonderful players. Look at them go, handsome men, look at them.
Nice to see everyone socialising and having some fun.
Got the arms out, with the glasses out, everybody's having a good time. So it's the Canada GT20 alongside
Well, that was a lot of fun. Chris Gale was in his element, and he'll need to be in his element with the bat because few more than he would have expected. 166 for the Vancouver Knights to chase down in their 20 overs.
So Vancouver Knights need 166 off the 120 balls as we welcome Ed Bransford.
Hello, Tino.
Starting off the fees, eh? So they're going to try and take a bit of pace off the ball.
Definitely, and he's not foreign to opening the bowling as Mohammad Hafiz. But what a highlight he has been. I think you have been one of his fans as Tobias Fise. At 51 coming off 19 deliveries at the top of the innings with Chris Gale. There he is, the universe boss. 122 coming against the Montreal Tigers a few days ago. Dangerous player is the universe boss. As you said, Mohammad Hafiz with ball in hand, he'll get things underway with his off spin.
Well, already Fisher is worried bowlers now because they're trying something different, bowling spin to him early.
Oh, that's a freebie.
No, he's Vishay.
That is a...
It was almost a no ball, wasn't it?
What did you think of that situation at the back end of the innings where it wasn't called a no ball and then it was? Yeah, I think that's also a no ball.
Well, we've had a little look at the laws, and actually laws say the umpires cannot go to the third umpire.
Oh, there you go. Dino, talk me through this one.
That's a no ball for me.
Yeah, I have to
over the waist. Where the batsman's staying up, but to me, that's a no ball.
I guess sometimes in the mind of the umpire, with the slower bowler on, they think perhaps it mentally it could be just dipping, going below the waist, and whereas a fast bowler, if you see a delivery like that, you almost instinctively give it a no ball, or you feel the danger in it. Thick inside edge, good piece of fielding, still 2 and out loss.
I think that what might help the umpires, I'd like to see a bit of a line where the actual waist is on their pants to give a bit of an indicator of where the ball might be. They don't have it on their pants, sadly.
Wait! I get what you mean, but what do you do with the line for every specific batsman? Correct. Right. On their trousers, indicated whether you're tall, you're short, you're high. Well, he's thinking perhaps he's got some bat on it.
Well, the plans work. Let's bowl spin to him early and take the pace off. And there's 2 full tosses that should have been whacked out of the ballpark. Let's have a look here. What do you think, Ed? So going down leg, it looks pretty good. He got a touch on it. I reckon he's come off the bat.
That's what he did straight away after he was given. He sort of showed the umpire his bat to say, I've got an inside edge onto that. Hafiz, however, he's got his man. Tobias Vise, he's gone for 1. It is 2 for 1 in the first. Walton.
Yeah.
Also is having a good time here, the Canada GT20. For the very first match, he was the man of the match in that encounter, 59. Hafiz, however, you said they've gone with the plan of taking pace off. They've been rewarded in the first over. I think I heard a touch. 2 noises. First over's complete, 2 for 1. First wicket of 4 is Visay. Tobias gone for 1, adjudged to be LBW. Open the bowling with Mohamed Hafiz, the captain today for the Edmonton Royals.
Right arm, Chris.
Alongside me is Dean Jones. How well has Philip bowled?
Been outstanding, particularly last match we bowled beautifully. What did he pick up, 4 for 30 odd? Yeah, he hit the deck really well, and he looks like he can get wickets out. He looks like he's got control of his defensive skills, and he's a tall unit. Get your pants on.
Settle, Dino. Wicket of Visay. I thought there was a neck, you thought there was a neck. It was a full toss, could have done better with it. I think it would have been going on to hit the stumps.
Yeah.
I think he's got a bit of a bat on that, but we'll get confirmation. Ultra Edge, where are you? That runs away for 4. He angles it into the pads on the stumps and clipped away by Chris Gale. Are you convinced there's bat there?
Yes, I am, because it actually says in the ICC playing conditions that if the spike marks come up just before or just after, a frame after, it's allowed, and I believe he's hit that.
So for me, and then he shows his bat there. Yeah, for me, I think it has to be quite a big jump. But we'll have a look at it again at some stage.
White ball.
There's no doubt there's a murmur, but is it bat?
I thought he'd come off the toe of the bat. Well, and then of course Walton's first one might have hit leg. Look at the keeper where he was going down leg. The umpire thought, well, hang on. So it's hitting quite high.
Good delivery by Philip. Here is the ball tracker. Gone. Oh. Gone. And that was a disappointment by Mohammad Hafiz and the keeper. So it would have been a masterstroke by the captain to pick up 2 in the first over. It's not to be just 1.
Well, he got one. I thought he hit it for the first one. They got one.
So, do each of them cancel each other out?
Yeah. What goes around comes around.
Yeah.
So a few of the boys in the commentary, they're all got eyes like owls. They can see things from hundreds of yards away. Let's have a look at the... Did he get a little bat on this? I thought he got toe on it.
No ball.
Oh, hang on.
By Philip, that'll be a free hit to Christopher Gale.
Free hit.
So where do you think you'll go here, Ed? Are you looking to the leg side?
If it's in the zone where Chris Gale can get him around the middle of the bat, it will not be in the playing area.
So where
Put it that way.
Do you think you'll try and hit it over cover? Good call by the umpire. Do you think it'll go over cover or downtown, or where do you look?
I think Philip's going to try and go wide, but I think he's going to go through that wide long run region. In fact, he'll go over the man in mid-on. It's a free hit. Fielder takes the catch, and Chris Gale cannot be out off a free hit. So, just lost his shape at the last moment.
No, you picked it well, Ed. He said he was going to go wide. He was set up trying to hit it on the leg side. And good footwork down there by, was it Hafiz? The professor got in a good position. Now Walton was a bit lazy in that first ball. A little bit late on it. He needs to get in quick. He's had a pretty good tournament up to now. Well, Philip, another quick wicket here can change things big time.
His account is up and running, Walton. 10 for 1. Knights, but they still have the universe boss and in-form Walton at the crease. Still inside the power play, and Mohamed Hafiz will give himself another opportunity. Going back to what Walton we saw 3 years over was well in front. It wasn't given out. Go on, Dino.
Well, I think there's enough murmur there for me for he come off the toe of the bat. And I thought there was a slight deflection with the natural slide. Oh,
this is your favorite. You love this.
Hafiz, what are you doing?
Thanks, man.
Chris Gale. Just well inside his crease. Hafiz.
Nice, Happy. Nice,
Having a quick look at the non-strikers. Are you a advocate for a review in a T20 game?
Good fellas.
Yeah, for each team.
Yeah.
You don't think it messes with the momentum and the flow of a T20 game?
Oh, no.
It's nicely played. Has got enough on it. Good piece of fielding. Daliwell out at cover, and they'll pick up 2.
It does. We're trying to get these games finished in 3.5 hours. That's what we're trying to do, and I suppose the review does slow things down a little. But you want the right result to happen.
Inside the line, maybe.
Well, it has to be.
Has he got bats on it? He thinks there's bats on it. So,
what's that?
Well, look at it, Dino. We'll look at it. There were a couple of sounds.
Okay. Don't think that's a glove, maybe. Maybe glove.
Nice smile by Mohamed Hafiz. Just looks across and says, I've had you already. I could have had you again.
Good, Happy. Love that, Happy.
What if Chris Gale be a little bit upset with Hafiz when he tried to check him in the non-striker?
Probably. It'll just get the juices flowing.
Well, I think he's got something. If he tosses one up, that might go over our heads here.
Hey. Good, Happy. Let me see it, Happy. Good, lads.
End of the over. It's 19. It's bigger part of 13 for 1.
Anyway.
Slow start for the Knights. Just the 13 from the 3 overs inside the power play. They've lost a wicket, so Chris Gale and Chadwick Walton are 11 or 15 in their partnership. A lot of things have happened, a few LBW decisions, and some that haven't quite gone the fielding side's way. Dino, you wanted to have a closer look at this one.
Yeah, just did he look like he'd get a bit of glove here? Did he? What's Aldridge say? Yep.
I think that's out.
Well, if it goes on to hit the stumps, it is. Well,
where's the murmur? Where's the bat? Really well bowled by Philip.
Oh, KP. Good, KP.
Certainly worth a shout, wasn't it?
Yeah. Where does it hit him? Hits him in line. Umpire's call, so 50-50 from that point of view, but I don't think there was any bat or glove in that. And there's the reaction by Mohamed Hafiz. He's basically saying, I've got you twice and you're still here. How lucky do you get? Into his 3rd innings, Dino. In Brampton. A few ice creams floating about. Decent enough crowd for the time of day on a Friday.
Yes, KP. Right there, KP. Right
funny. I just think half fees there, that LBW. We get to a stage where if the ball hits the stumps, it's just out. If Hawkeye nicks the ball, hits the stumps, or nicks the stumps, it's out. Right. He knew he nicked it, that's the reason why. I thought he was gone. He thought he was gone. And then, if he didn't get glove on it, he was gone as well. So they've had a bit of luck here, Vancouver. Mind you, with all due respect, they made 270 in the last game. We probably should have got 5 overs in the last. We had to told to get off the ground by the umpire, the authorities, and because of lightning in the vicinity. They probably would have won the last game. Instead of getting 2 points, they only got 1. And now they need to win this game to stay in the hunt to get a double chance for the finals.
Yeah, it's no foregone conclusion. There is the points table. The Wolves right at the top. Tigers are second. The Hawks are third. And then the Knights. Royals yet to get off the mark. That match a few days ago that was called off due to inclement weather was ruled by this man, Dino.
Because there was a gale storm in Brampton, and it was all this great man, how he goes about it. He hits the ball hard along the ground, and then he goes aerial. He can hit it over a Turkish airline anytime he likes. Look at that for beautiful batting. He doesn't overhit it, does he? Just wonderful batting, it really was. And there's his fireworks, and it was everywhere.
Being extremely watchful today.
Nice, Kyle, nice,
7 off 11. For the area. Looks pretty good right now, but this was the onslaught.
Yeah, wonderful fireworks there from Chris Gale all over the place. Doesn't like to lap the ball, hit the ball down a third man. Mainly likes to go aerial. They've got to chase 12 sixes here. I've got a little theory. If you hit the most sixes, you win most games. But Shoaib Malik, he hasn't done a hell of a lot with the bat yet. Andre Russell's in next.
What a shot that is by Tragic Walton. A shot to end the over. Goes for 4. It's 19 for 1.
Yes, on top of the tree, on top of many trees is Chris Gale, but this one, the GT20, 186 runs in the tournament and counting.
He's got a couple of the Knights on that list as well. Rassi van der Dussen.
And Chadwick Walton at the non-striker's end.
This could be fun next little while if they get going. These two guys, they don't like hitting too many boundaries.
Yes, Shadab Khan has got wickets every single time in this tournament so far. 6 wickets so far. There you see it. And Grail says, good afternoon, Shadab Khan, with a small matter of a 6.
It's Philly last game. He bowled 4 overs. Picked up 1 for 21, so 6 off the first ball. Might change those figures a little bit. Chris might be aware of that, he might not. Didn't prejudge much, Gale.
Well, if you pitch it short, he's going to send it into the neighbouring district.
The bottom line is, if it's there to be hit, he puts it away. There's no one better in the world than Chris Gale to do that. 6-6, the first 2 balls. Will we continue? GB, will we continue?
Very different, the first two. The first one just going 66 metres, almost bunted over the boundary. This one was properly muscled over and out of the park.
Same stage, by the way, the Royals were 12 runs on the board for the loss of 2 wickets. So the Knights have got a nice little break in this game.
Yeah, that's the first one. Just squeezed over, 66 meters. This one was a bit short.
Fetch that one. It's got to put you on the back foot a bit as a class bowler, even though Shadab is such a talented cricketer.
Yep, lost ball it was. New ball in hand. This has gone high. Shadab wants it himself. He puts it down. He puts it down. He said, I'm taking responsibility, and Chris Gayle lives to fight another day.
So there's two things about that. In fact, there's three things. You're right about the first one. He called it loud and clear. He wanted that desperately. Then he couldn't quite get settled underneath it. Now, it went very high indeed, and these are not easy to judge. Top edge, very high. Look at the height of this. Chris Gayle thought, no, it's too high. I'm looking down. Where's the bowler? And he couldn't settle himself, couldn't get in the right position, and had no chance at the end because he was moving as the ball was coming down the last minute as he tried to readjust.
Well, he'll have no bowler to glare at him because it was off his own bowling. And they want Chris to carry on.
Say something.
Yeah, it need to be about 4 sets of stumps if that had to justify an appeal. Have a look at that again. Went very high.
Just look at him trying to get underneath this. Had to adjust just the last minute.
I reckon that went so high it could have hit the fuselage of a Turkish Airlines plane.
Well,
and come down.
Could have done.
I think, we often say Chris doesn't premeditate too many. On that occasion, I think he had decided he was going to go for a big one. Top-edged it. Oh! And sometimes he can play delicately. Hello, Chris Gayle. Oh, that's a surprise. Gets him 4, end of 5, 37 for 1.
Tell me if cutting can work. Tell me if cutting can work.
With the most number of sixes, but I suspect that number could be under threat. We've seen a couple from Chris Gayle already, and he's out there in the middle and looking dangerous.
Ben Cutting at number 4 there, played nicely today as well, 72. He must be very close to the top run scorers in this tournament.
Just going to interrupt you, Mike Hazeman, there. I'm just wondering, when Ben Cutting took ball in hand, the 2 umpires have got out there and said, we want to find out if Ben Cutting can bowl. Now, what reason can you think of for him not to be eligible to bowl? Unless he didn't come onto the field from the first ball of the innings, having hit that onslaught towards the end of the batting innings.
That's all I can think of. 41 balls for his 72. Answers clearly.
How much time? I just stand here for around 30 seconds. How much time?
30 seconds to go by the sounds of it. According to Ben.
Just take a breather and you can bowl. Well done. Verdane Smith there, from Jamaica. Has a chat with Harry Grewal.
Right arm over.
The chat ticks over those 30 seconds, and it's Cutting right arm over.
Perfectly planned by the umpires, I think, just to eat into those 30 seconds and get going again. Now he's looking for a bowling marker. He's got that too.
He could have done that to eat the 30 seconds up.
Could have.
Right, so after all that, where are we? Ben Cutting to bowl the last over of the power play to Chadwick Walton.
And he's going to have to bowl well here because they've been struggling. The Royals. There's no doubt the Knights throughout the tournament have the better batting side out of these two and also the better bowling side. The Royals have got to be on their toes today. They watched that disappear. They watched that disappear. The bowler wanted their Shadab very early indeed. That's his call of mine. But not to be. Oh! And that little paddle for 4. Big over, that one.
Oh, shouts of catch it. No one's getting that one. Fielder will just about cut it off. Good effort. Excellent effort in the field there from Navneet Dhaliwal.
Gee, that's a fine shot from walk to 2, by the way. Had to cover his ground to his left. Did nicely. I realised he was had momentum going over the advertising rope.
Yeah, good cricketing knowledge there from Dhaliwal. In the heat of the moment. They look good in these kits, don't they? SG, the official kit partner of GT20. It's got them all smartly kitted out. Gale edges. Gale gets 4. Well, no matter what shade of yellow or green they're wearing, there's always going to be 40 shades of Gale.
And he's having a bit of good luck today as well. Dropped. Thick edge, just going over the top of the keeper.
And yes, they've got that weather forecast right.
And another boundary.
Yeah, you did say that they'd have to bowl well. Sometimes when Chris Gale's on fire, it doesn't matter how you're bowling. He let that one go. Verdean Smith wondering, should I, shouldn't I? Decided not to give the wide. Chris won't be happy. He will not be happy.
They need to get Chris Gale out early. He's got himself 28 off 17. 2 6s and 3 4s already. This is the third 4 that he just scored of the third ball of the over, not going anywhere near where he wanted it to go.
Still gets you 4.
Of course, they've got Andre Russell back in today. Didn't see him with the ball, so we saw him hitting up quite a bit beforehand, spending quite a bit of time doing some practicing with the bat. Missing Andeli Pethuquelo and also Rassi van der Dussen, who has had a really good series again.
How many of those have you seen, Mike Haseman? Quick single from Chris Gale, we just saw one.
Well, we've seen a few, haven't we? Season 2 of this tournament, we've seen a few of those. It's not something you normally see. There's Andre, the big fella. Batting only.
Oh, nicely played. Will only get a single, but just looked so good when he punched that in. Chadwick Walton comes to the end of the power play, 44 for 1.
Trouble. What's he done?
But it's hard to back to front.
Well, I think it's just protection.
Oh, I'm not so sure. I think it's a bit presumptuous. I mean, maybe she's done something we don't know about. Erin Holland up there, known to us as Dutchie. She's obviously done something.
And she's explaining it.
She's trying to get out of it.
Go to the third umpire.
That's not going to help, Erin. Oh, that's not. Oh, they weren't happy with that either. Did you see that look? We'll have to get an update on that later, I think, to see if she gets carted away with the handcuffs.
I think the local Canadian police are getting an education in cricket. Erin Holland.
Nice run from Shadab. Extremely talented performer, 20-year-old Shadab.
Easy is Shadab Khan.
Lovely speed through the air.
bat. Beats the bat. There's a lesson in leg spin from Shadab Khan.
That's beautifully bowled, really is. Not picked by Walton, he was totally uncertain. Just thrusting the bat out there at the last minute to try and cover his stumps. Oh, that's probably the problem, on top of us. Was that Aaron and the policewoman dancing again?
It might have been, it might just have been. Oh no, they've stopped. So it was, I'm wondering if it was a lesson in cricket or if it was something she learned from DJ Bravo that she was just passing on. Nicely played, I'll go to the boundary. We had a rehearsal of that the previous over. It was picked up by the fielder on that occasion. Very similar shot from Chadwick Walton.
When he gets going, Chadwick Walton is very quick on his feet. Going a little bit forward and then deep into his crease and just laying back and cutting that away with strength for 4. Nicely played.
Yeah, we've been trying to solve the mystery up on the roof just above our commentary box, and we've come to a conclusion. It had nothing to do with lessons in cricket. Come on, give that a name. You're the expert with the dance step names. Give that a name.
I don't know. I think she's dancing to the police.
For those who like the police, yes, of course, a music group from the 70s and 80s. Let's call it the Dutchy Step, shall we? Yeah, one of the songs that comes to mind, Don't Stand So Close to Me. Was that the message at the end of 7:50 for 1? The dancing girls out there, and she's busy giving a few lessons in that. Back to the cricket. That's been muscled by Chris Gale, straight as an arrow, 4-6.
That's a very, very good shot. That shows how early he picked that up. He's not the slowest ball of any spin cutting. First ball the over as well, that makes a difference. Picked it up nice and early. Rocking on the back foot and just slapping it back straight over, cutting for 4. For 6 rather, 76 metres. Beautiful shot from Chris Gale.
This time, Vernon Smith calls it a wide.
He's very experienced spin cutting, but that's what can happen, I suppose, to a bowler. Even though he's seen most things happen throughout his career. Suddenly you're running in, and that one just trying to go a little bit wide at that time, but going too wide and resulting in an extra.
Partnership, 50 partnership coming up, and the comparison you can see it stayed 57 for 1, playing 36 for 3. The Royals at this stage were just rebuilding. I reckon Cutting won that little battle.
Nice cut.
He'll have to bring his experience to the party, will Ben Cutting. Jimmy Neesham also will play a part.
I mean, the rate they're going at the moment is 7.8. They need to go at just a shade over 8.5 from here to win, so they've got things totally controlled at the moment, the Knights. They were the reigning champions. They haven't been quite as hot as they were last year. I think they were most unlucky in that last game. It was to know that that storm was going to come in and get the stadium evacuated. That's what happened. So they missed out on what should have been 2 points.
For a potential storm.
We saw a storm from Chris Gale first half of the innings, and then after putting on what should really have been a total batting out the opposition, didn't get to bowl a ball second half.
Most disappointing.
Very quick call of no from Chris Gale. He's not having any more. He's already had his one quick single for the week.
That last one just keeping a little bit low from cutting. Nicely played in the end by Walting. Not quite the bounce that we've seen from him the last little while.
Yeah, well spotted. Didn't get up higher than knee-high.
Looks like he's in pretty good form now, Walton, moving very nicely.
Oh, you bet he is. But has he hit that far enough? He hasn't. That's very well taken. Could be a candidate for Daffabet catch of the match. That was very smartly taken indeed. And just when we thought Walton had hit it well enough, Richie Barrington picking that up very well indeed.
They had to break the partnership, and they have. 56 was the stand. Barrington had to move in very smartly, but he didn't look like it was in doubt at all. So Cutting has struck. And that will make the captain a little bit more relieved. Just asking the batsman just to hang around for the moment, Walting, while they just do a double check. There's no dramas there, that's fine. So Walton can continue. He'll be told by the umpires once they get the message to continue to the change room.
So it looked as if that had plenty of potential, but it comes to an end for 17. 58 for 2 now.
Check if they pass it for me, please.
More experience for the Knights in the form of Shoaib Malik at the fall of Chadwick Walton's wicket. It's not a bad person to come in if you just have to settle things down.
And he'll try and do that because he's not one of those guys these days who does anything extravagant at the start. He's a strike rate 125, played a lot of games, but he hasn't been in great form. Got 28 not out in the last game. Off almost the same number of balls, so he'll take it a little bit steady initially because he can.
At the end of 8, the Knights are 58 for 2.
Chris Gale holding the key. Still batting to come with Russell so far. Daniel Sams is useful as well. Want to lose another 2 in the next 15-20 runs though. It's not going to get up far enough. Perfectly mistimed, Dean Jones.
How important is that drop catch now of Shadab Khan? And here's the wicket here of Chadwick Walton. He just didn't get it. Had a bit of a top spin and well caught there. And I didn't think he played that over well. He looked like he was looking to either whack him over mid-wicket A lot of things were going on between the ears of Chadwick Walton, as it often does.
Been a bit one-paced all tournament, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Like Lendl Simmons. I mean, Lendl Simmons is a better player than what we saw yesterday from him, I thought. Just getting out of the way, like away from the ball and just swinging wildly. I thought he's a better player than that, but we're just not seeing it.
Well, Malik plays shut up pretty well, I dare say, but boy. Let's have a look at that wicket. Yeah, he just a little bit late on the length, wasn't he? And he tried to hit it for 6. It might have been better off trying to hit it for 4 and hit very high on the bat. Big wrong in here, shut up. Oh, a big wrong in.
Another one for Chris Gale. Cannot drift onto those pads. He will own you most of the time.
Wrong one, wasn't it too? Not in the right area. Bad line. Let's have a look at the back of the hand. Yeah, that's the wrong one. Didn't spin. And picks the length. Lovely stride. Big tall man. When he swings it good, doesn't he?
It's just very rarely is there a ground big enough if he half gets it. He's got a half get it.
Were you commentating the day he got 175 night? Were you there that day?
No, I don't think I was there that day. I've seen a couple.
Oh, every ground in the world is crossed off.
I mean, I know it wasn't an official, it doesn't count the official records, the 122 he got last game, but prior to that, there's been 22 other T20 hundreds for Chris Gale. It's just incredible. The power, but also the ability to bat for that long, to get 100 in T20 cricket. You throw in the triple 100. It's in Test match cricket, over 100 Test matches. He's just an absolute legend. Is he gone now? No, he's not. He is a legend of the game. Do you know?
He's a freak, and he's kept himself. His body's not carrying any weight. He's a strong man. He says, well, that might be worth a shout. That might have been
missing leg, just missing leg. But I tell you, it was better than it looked. Perhaps better than they gave it credit for. Not better than it looked, because it looked pretty good. Anyway, we'll dissect that more shortly, I'm sure. 9 overs have been bowled, 68 for 2. And it's Coca-Cola strategic timeout.
SP पृथ्वी सिंह हमारे जैसे होनहार ऑफिसर मिलते भी मुश्किल से।
कल है सीएम का ऑपरेशन।
फिलहाल आपकी बीवी से अकेले में बात करना चाहता हूँ।
पापा अभी आपका काम हो गया?
काम खत्म नहीं हुआ बेटा। Hotstar Specials presents Hostages, now streaming.
अमेर राव गायकवाड़, मुंबई के मशहूर पॉलिटिशियन, उन पर 2 अनजान लोगों ने गोलियां बरसाई।
बाबा के साथ हर रैली में कौन खड़ा रहता था? तो उनकी जगह कौन लेगा?
साहब का सही उत्तराधिकारी मैं नहीं, ये
महाराष्ट्र का भला तब होगा जब दिल्ली में बैठे नेता महाराष्ट्र पर ध्यान देंगे। बाबा के साम्राज्य को संभालने के लिए तुझसे ज्यादा काबिल मैं हूँ।
तू इस सबसे दूर है।
एंड में लीडर तो हम दोनों में से एक को ही बनना पड़ेगा ना।
Hotstar Specials presents City of Dreams, now streaming. अरे निमकिया का वीडियो?
कैसा वीडियो?
हवेली में निमकी का महा कमबैक।
नमस्कार, अगर बब्बू सिंह बलात्कारी है तो
निमकी मुखिया, now streaming on Hotstar.
square cover.
End of the Coca-Cola strategic timeout, and I think Mike Hazeman's gone sideline for a Coca-Cola. Hayes, where are you, mate?
Thanks, Dawley. 68 for 2, 9 overs gone. I've got Donovan Miller alongside me, who's the coach of the Knights. What are your thoughts, coach?
Yeah, I thought that we have a nice little partnership set here with Chris and Malik here. But yeah, we're happy with 1-6-5 chasing today. It's a small ground. Obviously the wicket is getting better as we go along, so yeah, we think we should get over the line if we bat till the end. Just one more partnership away from getting closer.
How reliant are you guys on Chris Gale?
I think it's great to have him in the team, and it's brilliant when he performs, but I wouldn't say we are reliant on him. We have a lot of depth in the batting, and yeah, anyone could get you any day.
Now, you've had a lot of success around the world. We talked about it earlier today, the CPL with Essex, obviously with the Knights last season. No doubt you're loving the coach. You used to be a fast bowler in Jamaica when you were younger. Moved to England to play your cricket for some 10-15 years, and then you got stuck involved in playing and coaching in England. How did you get involved in coaching so young?
Yeah, I think it's just helping out with the juniors at the club at night, and I think I get a lot of feedback that a lot of people look up to me, what the stuff I'm doing, and I start just getting my badges and stuff and try and get as much experience as possible. Yeah.
And I was listening to you chat to some of the boys the other day on the boats, and you were having a nice chat. I mean, you like to actually promote the guys, but you'd like to promote them playing different cricket as well. How important is that?
Absolutely, it's important that we try and play this game a bit different and unique, and try and make sure that people have fun when they're playing it and can express themselves. I'm a massive fan of that.
A couple of things I want to chat to you about. You're involved with England this year in the World Cup, the first 27 days, looking after specifically.
Yes, I've been brought in to kind of help out the batters in terms of left arm seam to kind of replicate Mitchell Starc and Trent Bolt during the World Cup and any other left armers. So yeah, I spent a lot of time with the batters, and yeah, it was very, very rewarding to see people like J. Roy and the other guys getting some runs.
And I believe before that also working with Alistair Cook.
Yeah, it was Cookie who invited me down last year when at the Test series, during the Pakistan Test series, again to kind of do similar things. I think they have Mohammed Amir and a couple left farmers at that time, and yeah, that's how it all started. So yeah.
Tell me the story about you imitating Wazir Akram as a kid.
Yeah, so I think it was. Yeah, he's my favourite cricketer from a long time. I mean, I haven't met him before. I've seen him around, but
you haven't met him at all.
No, I've said hello, but I haven't said anything. But yeah, as a kid, my grandma always kept the house very clean, and cricket was on a Saturday morning. I don't think no one was allowed to go on the veranda in the house. So I used to hide through the window and watch him bowl, and then maybe get a piece of stick and put it in the sun or anywhere where I could find a space and try and bowl some reverse swing Yorkers. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's terrific. Okay, yeah, well, we'll make sure this is going to happen. We'll make sure you get a chance to have a chat to Wazir Akram. Donovan, I know you want to get back to your boys. Congratulations on the work you're doing so far. Thanks for your time.
Really appreciate it. Thanks very much.
Terrific stuff. And nice to see the guys playing with so much freedom as well, the Knights. And obviously, as you said, Chris Gale, great to have him on board. Back to you boys up Tears.
Cheers.
Thanks very much, Hazy. Speaking of freedom, you feel free to have a bit of a break now if you like, mate. 75 for 2, doing some good work. Donovan Miller and his Vancouver Knights side. Easy job though, isn't it, Dino, coaching?
No.
Another boundary.
It's not.
3-4. Piece of cake.
Yeah.
Hey, don't do much, do you?
Not a lot. All you do is put out spot fires. Everyone's got a problem. You're just putting out spot fires.
All right, Coach, what are you saying now? Edmonton Royals are on the back of a partnership that's building here. 79 for 2, run rate not an issue. Where are you going?
Well, I think you've got to go to your best bowlers now. There's no doubt about it. Maybe Hafiz, maybe for one. Phillip, maybe it might have to come back for just one. There's always a run at it around with Chris Gale. 80 for 2.
for 2, just 8.7 runs required. See some left arm spin with Mohamed Nawaz now, so Dino, maybe, look, I know it's not ideal, probably turning the ball into Chris Gale, but at least he's trying something here, the skipper.
He's very good, this fellow. I can't tell you how good he is, but mind you, bowling to a guy who's got 47 off 29, and normally he eats left-arm orthodox spinners for breakfast and lunch and dinner. But he's very, very cagey bowler, this fellow.
Good boy. Not eating the same thing all the time, do you? You change it up every now and then. Had a go at Shadab earlier.
He did. He might start to drool a little bit facing Nawaz, though. He won't be able to hold himself back.
You're right. You're absolutely right. 50 up for Chris Gale. 100 in the last, 50 in this one of just 31.
Well, he's got straight off a Turkish Airlines plane, Nawaz, and he's bowling to a guy that's in red-hot form. Brilliant century in his last game. The universal boss with his big bats of his. When he winds up, even a miss hits, they go easily over. But Stig really got it in the middle, but it was enough. Got to be fuller than that, doesn't he?
His worry is if he gets too full, he comes down straight at us.
Yeah.
Not sure our glass is as shatterproof as the other glass around the place. I hope it is. Try. Oh, goodness me! It's just kept spinning. It's kept spinning back. I think it's actually hit the stumps in the end. Having a laugh about it now.
Hear what he said? Don't see that every day. Now, let's have a look at the spin. Off the pad. Backspin. Off the foot, onto the stumps.
Good bowling, just went a little bit wider.
Right enough for that.
This does hit the stumps, doesn't it? There, front pad, hip. Spinning straight back towards the stumps. Hits them solidly. Hits them solidly. And the bails don't come off.
Well, he did say you don't see that every day.
Yeah, not wrong.
Well, you need to have a bit of luck occasionally.
Me.
I don't think Vancouver Knights had a lot of luck in the last game.
No.
They had 275, and you don't get a chance to finish the game.
That's at us. Oh, it's a little bit lower. It's a little bit lower. It's all right. Don't worry. Don't panic.
I don't trust the glass here, I tell you. I just thought right off the back we're in a bit of trouble here. He loves going down and using his feet, show up. A lovely 6. Look at this for footwork. Oh, puts the foot behind the foot, down. Delicious.
11 overs gone, 92 for 2. Respective worms getting quite a long way apart. Required run rate just 8.22. Nisham continuing. That's in the gap. He wants 2. I think he'll get 4. He will. 50 for Chris Gale has been outstanding. He's 58 now from 34.
So, off stump, just clipped it behind. He's got the power, and he's showing a bit of touch today. We haven't seen that. Normally, just muscles the ball over. He's not a happy camper. Kids enjoying the
day out.
Yeah, nice little Friday afternoon crowd built up. You know, in the two grandstands of the three, relatively full. The corporate boxes, as they have been throughout, have been good numbers. Oh, straight and long off. He's done well there.
Let's have a look at his 50s now. He's hit a lot of sixes already. He's hit the most in the tournament now. And he really knows how to get underneath it and a little bit of touch we don't often see. But he's pretty good down the ground off banning that one there. Go fetch that. Yeah, he's been outstanding. Gone past Chris Lynn, no doubt. Chris and Lendl Simmons, they'll try and catch up to him. It's a lot of sixes, a lot of runs, isn't it?
You've only had a couple of games where the surface has probably not been at its best. I think this is much better today as well. I don't for a minute believe that it's only a 165 for 9 pitch. I think the Edmonton will, to be fair,
losing a couple of wickets early, that's where it's cost